Hello. So, i-record lang nako kaya medyo mas dali siya ma-explain into compared to checking markings kay mas mag-guide ka kung record lang. So, han kayo kay gabiin naman. Okay. So, start from the title. I suggest i-revise mo imuhang title from challenges of single parents into challenges experienced by solo parents. Do not use single parents because in social work we do not use single parent terms or any term like single parent. We use solo parent. So since this is a social work research, we should use terms nga related lang pod to social work. Kay for sure imuhang panelist are social workers. That's why use terms nga masabtan sa social workers. So nga na siya, use solo parents. So experienced by solo parents. Then their interventions, actually naglibog ko kung paano na ko na siya i-rephrase or paano siya i-rephrase because wala siya na-specify kung interventions on connection to the LGU program. So actually this is not under LGU, under na siya dapat sa CSWDO. So si City Social Welfare ang may enough or ang may responsibility for programs, especially about social welfare. That's why I think we have to change this from LGU to social welfare. Specifically, City Social Welfare and Development Office. Then of course, very broad manggod siya kung gamito na to. Wala tayong delete na to specify ang iyahang place. So we should add for example, I suggest the challenges experienced by solo parents. Then the interventions offered by the City Social Welfare and Development Office of General Santos City. Kumbaga, ang ang interventions nga hatag sa CSWDO towards the challenges nga natubang sa ato ang solo parents. So na may mga different programs ang ato ang City Social Welfare para sa mga sa mga solo parents. So ang ako masuggest ani talk with your advisor, talk with Sir Dan kung pwede ba nimo na siya i-qualitative, because the best or the pinakadula ning study is the qualitative study. So sa qualitative study, ang kuti is you have to the transcription, especially conducting in qualitative manggod, we have to conduct focus group discussions. I-gather nimo ang imuhang respondents, then namoy focus group discussion. And maliban ana, you need individual or one-on-one interview with your respondents. So kapoy siya because of the transcriptions. Kay dili man ta pwede mag-interview sa tong respondents in English. That's why we have to use Bisaya. So from Bisaya, kinanglan nato siya i-transcribe or i-translate to English. So that's mo na siyang pinakakuti. But if you will use qualitative study manggod, the advantage ana is nang imuhang number of respondents na siya yung mga na kay mga supporting, kung na makakita lang ka og supporting nga study, nga nagaingon nga pwede na ang 5 lang ka respondents or minimum of sa amo before it's 5 to 25 respondents. So kung nakay 5, pwede na. So dili na kayo siya hago i-transcribe. Kay gamay lang. But we choose at we find 12 respondents. So ang transcription dra jud ka mapatay sa transcription or pag-translate. But during the interview, dali lang siya. And of course, you have to prepare questionnaires. So, but according to Sir Tres, which is I think your advisor, you need data analyst. But maybe if you can analyze the data, pwede nga kamo lang. But if you cannot analyze the data well, or you think you cannot do it, you have to find for a data analyst. So ano siya. Pero if magquali ka, dili na ka manginanglan og statistician. So ano siya. So ato, I really suggest or I really recommend rephrase the title. So I think you can still change this. Rephrase lang. Then College of Social Work. We are not a College of Social Work. It must be Department of Social Work. So i-change ni siya from college to department. Next, do not forget to write kung kinsa ka. Unsa imong role ani nga research. Sa ilalom sa imong name butang jud og researcher. Ikaw ang researcher. So nga na. So medyo saba ka daghag baki kay bagong ulan diri. So sa introduction naman, ang imuhang manggod, ang imuhang study based sa akong pagkaintindi. Ang imuhang study manggod is about the challenges. So focus dapat ka sa challenges. Then another one is redundancy or balik-balik nga terms. So kumbaga, pwede man natin balik-balik ang words but or ang thought. Pwede na to siya balik but use other names nga dili siya karang murag lain na paminawon. Look for synonyms. So ano siya? So parenting is common among most creatures because I suggest magbuhat kag bagong introduction kung makaya. Karang focus ka sa challenges. Like for example, ang being a solo parent is quite a huge and very difficult role, or being bugat siyang responsibility. Kaya magpadako og bata alone, especially wala man nimo na specify kung single mother or karing babae, mama ba siya or papa. But ang magpadako og bata alone is a huge responsibility, dako nga responsibilidad. So daghan og mga challenges nga ma-face ang isa ka solo parent. Financial, which is relate lang po dito sa imong SOP. The financial, ang mga karibitang karing mga challenges like between work, magtrabaho sila unya ang ilahang anak sa mga ingana nga situation, and many more. So ikaw na bahala mag-define ato kung nakay mga friend nga solo parent, kung pwede duol ka sa yasa, mangutana sa ka, dili pa nimo siya kumbaga this is mo na tong ginatawag og sampling. Dili pa ka mag-gather og data pero kay dili ka ka-relate sa imong study, like for example dili man ka solo parent, dili ka basta-basta makarelate. Kung nakay kakilala which is a solo parent, conduct an initial interview. Unsa imong kalisod sa kinabuhi? Or unsa ang challenges nga na-face nimo as a solo parent? So ingana siya. Kumbaga karing sampling, karing ginatawag na tuog ginagamit nato ang at iyahang kumbaga mangita ta magkuha ta og idea gikan sa iyaha. Kaya dili man ta ka-relate unless kung na experience nga like pag umangkon nimo tapos solo parent imong ate, imong igsuon, imong kuya nga nakita nimo ang iyahang kalisod og ang mga challenges niya. So mana imuha tanan-tanan na siya mo nang imong i-include sa imuhang introduction. Ang imong introduction must be at least 1 page lang, ayaw kayo tas-a. So isa lang ka page ang imuhang introduction. So sa statement of the problem, ang imuhang lokal is Barangay Lagaw. So kung Barangay Lagaw lang, dili mang maado no kung naay difference between the services of Barangay Lagaw to the LGU. But pwede man nga specify nimo sa imong lokal ang Barangay Lagaw lang ang focus sa imuhang study. But my only question here is ang ang problem man good nato dire kay ang services from the city social welfare, which is scope niya ang whole Jensen. So I suggest kung dili nimo ma-focus ang Lagaw, which is naglibog pug ko, pwede man guro nga each barangay or barangay lang na kay makakilala. For example, na kay friend from Kalumpang, from Labangal, bisag isa-isa lang sa isa ka barangay. Pwede nga ingato imuhang anuhon. But if mag-agree imuhang advisor nga Lagaw ang maging focus, then do it. Lagaw lang. So basta look for a research nga nagaingon nga pwede ang 5 ka respondents for qualitative. So nga na siya. 5 lang. So during our time, we only choose 12 respondents because nakapangita mi og study about the 5 to 25 lang ang kailangan. So nasa Google. So paningkamot lang na makita to nimo kay nakalimot sad ko. And I do not have the soft copy of my research kasi. Another, mao ni siya ang imuhang SOP. What are the challenges experienced by the solo parents in Barangay Lagaw? So I think mauna ang scope and the limitations. Yes, murag wala imong scope and the limitations. So dapat mauna napakay scope and the limitations before ang SOP. Kaysa imo manggong scope, dito nimo mabutang kung asa ang lokal sa imong study. Asa ang imuhang target area to conduct the study. So nana siya scope and the limitations pa. So next is the statement of the problem. Look for mga research naman sa Google nga mga example for scope and the limitations nga format. Kay importante na siya kay mao na siya mag-state kung asa ang lokal sa imuhang study kung wala ko na mali because I really forgotten it already. So pero na scope and the limitations. The study aimed to determine challenges experienced by solo parent and the support strategies between 18 to 35 of. So naglibog ko aning 18 to 35. This is this the age bracket sa imuhang respondents or the barangay, kumbaga sa barangay sa Jensen. So be specific or clarify this one. Ages 18 to 35 years old ba nga mga solo parents? Ana ba imong ginamin? Then Support strategies are General Santos City. Specifically, the study sought answers for the following questions. What are the challenges experienced by the single parents in Barangay Lagao? General Santos City. And of course, nalimtan day nimo ang definition of terms. Naa ba? Nag-theoretical framework na ka. Significance. RRL. So, RRL. Taas kay kag RRLCs. Okay, nalimtan nimo ang definition of terms. When we say definition of terms, when we say okay, ang imong nabutang is significant of this studies conceptual framework. Theoretical framework. So ayaw kalimti ang definition of terms. Hello, na maybe naman mo yung mga na mo yung mga sources ani sa ilang mga research, but really look for katong complete gud nga copy. Do not forget to add the definition of terms, especially we are in social work profession. We have terminologies nga ginagamit ato magong research maging reference ni siya for the future researchers. So what if they are not social workers? They are there are professionals nga naga-earn or kumbaga study sa ibang professions. So like for example, mga terminologies na to sa social work which is dili siya the same with other profession. That's the importance of using or adding the definition of terms. So what is solo parent? So ana siya tanan unfamiliar words nga imong magamit sa imong study is i-add gyud na siya diri katong related lang pod sa imong study. Tanan. That's the importance of definition of terms. So do not forget the definition of terms nga table. Nana kay na miss the scope and delimitations, the definition of terms. So those are very important sa ato ang research. Then asa na to? Mao ni ang mga mao ni ang mga basis nimo when it comes to wait lang. Naka-edit mode mong good siya. So maybe landscape ay na lang. So mao ni siya. Mao ni ang imuhang mga basis, right? So di gid siya pwede. The financial aspects. Ang ilahang challenges nga na face tong in financial aspects. Nagkalisod ba sila financially sa pagpadako sa bata? Raising a child. Use other terms like parenting. Raising a child, when we say parenting, included na dira ang pagpadako sa bata. So use terms nga related sa atong profession. Raising, instead of raising a child, it's parenting na lang. Loneliness, napatay other term for this. Like I think ginamin mo ang katong yang paglong sa yang partner. Kay dili man gud tanan dili tanan solo parent na nabulagan, namatyag ban na nabulagan. Kay kung nabulagan man gud na siya siyang partner, naay siya somehow this feeling nga na siya strength in facing nga siya lang alone. Pero karing namatyan o karing layo ang iyang partner, like for example OFW. So that's why we can include loneliness. Pero we have to I think we have to be more specific mang good. Like for example, ang imuhang kung mag-include kag loneliness, it must be specific, like nabay OFW nga partner or namatyan og partner. So nga na siya. Then of course self-esteem. Of course kay naman good tayo discrimination, no? So okay lang ni siya. The self-esteem kay naman good discrimination from the community, like karang ay siya lang isa. Ag nabulagag ba na napaangkan. So nga na. Then sense of guilt. I think this is more on the psychological aspect. That's why since nag-ingon naman kag financial aspect, quite broad. Then instead of using loneliness, self-esteem, and sense of guilt, include na lang ang emotional aspect. I-turn from loneliness, i-turn na lang siya into emotional aspect. Kung mayon tag self-esteem, social aspect. Mayon tag sense of guilt, psychological aspect or emotional aspect. Then letter B is parenting. So muna akong masuggest para ani nga study ha sa imong SOP. Quite broad siya. Pero your problem here is daghan kayo kaog daghan kay kag focus. Pag abot sa imong questionnaire, kinahanglan na gyud ni silang nana silang 1, 2, 3, apat lang ni, emotional, psychological, and financial aspect, parenting, emotional, and psychological aspect. So nga na siya. Or wala na yung psychological, social aspect na lang. So it's either emotional o social aspect. Pwede po nimo idagdag diri ang isa pa. Kay because self-esteem is more on psychological and social So since nagamit naman gud ka og aspect from the financial aspect, so use aspects na lang pod maliban sa parenting. Okay, what interventions they make to face those challenges? Specify pa, daghan kay kag revise, I think, pero I think this is not too late, but this is to correct man good. So sorry kung medyo daghan kay kag maad, but lang guidance. What interventions they make to face those challenges? Be specific. Kinsa ang nag-provide kinsa ang imong ginamin diri, the LGU or the solo parents? So for example, imong ginamin is the LGU or the CSWDO. What interventions did LGUs or CSWDO made kumbaga in response with these challenges faced by the solo parents? Or I think imong gina-point man gud diri is ang solo parents gyapon. This is not about this is not the intervention. Those are the coping skills or the way they cope up from the ginatawag na to og challenges. Paano sila nag-cope up sa ilang mga challenges? So I think mo na mong gina-mean diri Then what are the connections of their intervention to the LGU program? I think mo na ni siya imong i-change into katong what interventions did the City Social Welfare and Development Office made in connection with this problem faced by the solo parents. So nga na siya. So na kay SOP. Laoy. Then of course theoretical framework, operant conditioning by by BF Skinner. This is I think nakalimot ko maybe Jean Piaget is operant, classical, and operant is dili man gud siya for me this is not connected with the study. This is not BF Skinner's theory is not connected with the study. Kasi when we say conditioning man gud, it's more on a reward and punishment. So ato ang mga solo parents wala man nato sila gi tagaag reward, wala man nato sila gi tagaag punishment either. That's why look for other theories nga mag-support ani. Do not use BF Skinner's theory. Kay when we say challenges faced by solo parents, so napay other theories nga pwede nimo ma-apply diri. Do not use BF Skinner nga theory. Uy, maluoy ko, pero basta I am just helping wala ko nagbida-bida, but I am just suggesting since you sought for a help, then I think I should help you fully. Sige na siya. Yes, this is more on positive reinforcements and reinforcements, the positive, the reward and punishments. So mana siya. Again, wala man gud tay ang ato manggong solo parents, wala nato sila gipunish. And of course, we're not conditioning them. Wala nato sila gina-condition. Wala po nato sila gina-punish kay na solo parent sila, and wala nato sila gina-rewardan kutungod kay solo parent sila. But that's why I am suggesting look for other theory. Nga for example, daghan mag-theory nga magamit nato, especially mga all about look for a sociologist or social worker. Even I think even Orange Book, there is a murag natay makapuha pod sa Orange Book nga source nga theory nga mag-ingon connected with the solo parents or other mga tao nga nagbuhat og theory about environment and the connection with the people. So nga na siya. So look for then that's why ay ginaanohan na lang ako kay man gud siya, dili siya connected. And of course conceptual framework. So dependent variable, independent variable, I think baliktad siya. Challenges experienced by single parent to the interventions. Sa pikas ang interventions, ang single parent sumpay nimo siya diri sa challenges experienced by solo parents dapat. Then to I think baliktad po siya. The independent variable must be the interventions. And the dependent variable must be, I think, challenges experienced by the solo parent, or kumbaga baliktad. So ana lang na siya. So significance of the study. The study will be significant to the following individuals: the office of the social work department, help the department in knowing the challenges experienced by the single parent. Actually, add more ayaw ni siya ang imong statement to the office of the social work department para mabalaan ba, for example, para mabalaan sa social work department nga unsa ang mga challenges nga na-experience sa mga solo parents para in the future makabuhat sila og maayong program in respond to the problems raised by the solo parents. So nga na siya, since we are future social workers, to the community, it will help them to be aware on the challenges experienced. Again, redundant. So, to the community, unsa ang importansya sa imuhang study. Especially, sa community sila mostly kuha og discriminations. So, nga na siya ba? That's why I am suggesting turn this study from quanti to quali, because our aim is to kumbaga maghatag og awareness. Kari siya nga study, dili nimo ni siya mapatunayan or dili ni siya kung dili ni siya qualitative. Because when we say qualitative, it's exploration. It's phenomenological. In our era, daghan na og solo parent, which is this is in phenomenological. So napatay mga other basis, napatay sa future sa imong chapter 4 ug 5 natay mga napatay mga magamit dari ang So I think natudlo na to siya. So nagworry ko. Okay. To the single parents, the study will help them to be responsive about the challenges and may recognize it. Of course, when we say significance, this is the importance. So unsa bay importansya sa imong study dito sa karing solo parents para maka learn sila kung unsa ang I think dili man gud siya dapat the interventions it must be the coping skills. So ana siya ha. And of course, significance to the if ma-raise ba nila or maano ba nila ilahang challenges nga na experience, makatabang ba ni sila para sa city social welfare nga develop og isa ka program in respond with this problem. So nga na siya, unsa ang importansya na siya dito sa imong respondents. Futurist okay na ni siya kay himuon ra man ni siya reference sa sunod nga researcher. So wala koy problema ni. Scope and okay, ari na ang scope and delimitations di ay. Okay, wala pa ako siya nabasa. The study focus only on the challenges experienced by single parents or solo parents, change ko na siya, and support strategies ages from 18 to 35 in Barangay Lagao. Okay, wala ko'y ani. Actually, ang imuhang target is 100, which is kumbaga dako kayo siya nga scope na daghan kayo. That's why I am suggesting kung pwede mahangyo ni may mohang advisor, turn this study into qualitative and look for a reference nga mag-state pwede lang ang 5 to 25 ka respondents. So that's it, because quali is exploration, go deep ka og information, especially when we say problem experience. Dili man nato na siya mabutanggod sa sa ato ang questionnaire, because every solo parents na sila iyahang challenges nga na face. Dili sila pare-pareha. Kumbaga sa social work pa, individualization. Tanan sila may differences in life situation. And of course, kung i-quanti man gud nimo ni, ikaw ang mag-define sa problem ug ila lang chikan-chikan. So wala ta kabalo asa gyud dito ang pinakadako nga problema sa ilaha, unless if mag-conduct tag interview one-on-one or focus group discussion nga moingon sila financial. So lisod kayo siya i-analyze sa mong data kung magkwanti ka. Unless if imo siyang himuog qualitative. So mao ni akong masuggest, turn this study into qualitative study. So ana no, padayon ta. 100 is very daghan. And of course, kung daghan kitag respondents, dako kayo imong magasto for printing. But if magbuhat lang ta og if himo na to ni siya qualitative, look for a reference lang gyud nga mag-state 5 to 25 is enough. Mangita ra kag 5, mangita kag 6 or 8. No need na ka for magprint og questionnaires, pero kinahanglan nimo og sample questionnaires. So 8 lang imong i-print bisag daghan kag question. So 8 lang imong i-print, di ba? So para dili ka mahago, do the recording. In social work we do recording. Recording is one of our tools. Do the recording, it's a must. Kinahanglan gyud na siya sa quali. So ana siya, mao na siya ang situation nimo. Kay imuhang sa the way na ko i-view, this is very good for qualitative study. So daghan kay ning 100 ha, and it will really cost you bigger. So ana siya, dako gid kay ni siyang gasto. And of course magtipid man ka, I know that. So ana siya. Okay, review of related literature. So kung imong review of imong RRL is related lang sa solo parent, challenges sa solo parent, dili na nako ni siya pakialaman, no? If it is just make sure nga related na siya, dili na ko siya pakialaman kay taas kaayo ses. Okay. Aloy. This chapter describes the methodology used in conducting the research study. It discusses okay, wait lang. I think kung mag-quali po ka, mag-qualitative, wala na kay katong table, data gathering procedure, statistical treatment. I think mawala tong imuhang dili na ka ma-require for research design, if I am not mistaken. Kay sa mo nga time gitanggalan mi og katong dako kay nga table. Di katong marag process flow sa mong research kitanggal to siya. Because quali lang man mi. Dili naman may manginahanglan og statistician, grammarian lang. So ana siya. So research design, the study employ descriptive method of research. The design is appropriate to this study for the reason of conferring focuses on answering questions. So pwede. When and how usually describe the situation, this qualitative. O, di ba? Imuhang research design is for qualitative. Sis, tanawa gid siya kay maano gid siya. Ma-foul jud kani. So, qualitative design assessed daw kayo qualitative sis makita man guro na nimo. Qualitative ang imuhang nakuha nga source is for qualitative research, dili siya for quanti. That's why I am really suggesting turn this That's the reason po. That's the reason. I think, naglibog ko ha. I think this research is really qualitative. Pero murag nagka-misinterpret lang mo sa imuhang advisor. Kay basta wala namang good kay katong table nga research design, which is kato ang maging flow sa imuhang research. But still i-confirm sa imong advisor kung nga magquali ka. Okay. So, this is for qualitative design to determine the challenges experienced the solo parent yun na siya, their interventions. Again, the interventions of City Social Welfare and Development Office in connection with the challenges faced by the solo parents. Singa na siya. So, I think namang good mo yung grammarian. Namoy grammarian Rivera. So, wala, uy. The research respondents will be 70. So, ano na ka? Nawala na ka dito sa imong target gay na nga 100 respondents. Karon gibaba nimon to 70. According to the gender of male and female in Barangay Lagaw. We'll use random sampling technique in selecting participants because okay, random sampling. So napamantay mga types of basta turn this study into quali. Daghan kayong 70, daghan kayong 100. So dili na tugma ang imuhang ang content, like nagingon kagay na di sa mong scope and delimitations. Asa na to? Basta ka to, scope and delimitations. Nanawa na gyud. Nga kinahanglan nimo og 100. Ang target nimo is 100. Karon sa imong research respondent 70 na lang, asa ang 30. So kinahanglan this consistency. So nga na siya. Research lokal ay mao day ni siya Isa this is was na dili ni siya was conducted at Barangay Lagaw. Pa lamang gud siya, this is futuristic. It should be will be conducted in Barangay Lagaw. Dili siya was, kaya ang was man gud natapos na. So use futuristic words like will be. So ano siya ha? This study will be conducted at Barangay Lagaw, General Santos City. It is located at the south of the 1st Congressional District of the Province of South Cotabato and is 2 kilometers away from the town. So nanakay map. Research instrument in gathering the data needed. Questionnaires will serve as their guide and will be validated by the members of the panel of examiners to ensure prior corrections. The questionnaires using downloadable and enhanced by the researcher. Downloadable unsa. So specific. Ay hujud kalimti. Specific. Data gathering procedure. The research followed the standard procedure in conducting a survey. The researcher, ikaw lang man isa. Ikaw lang isa di researcher lang. Ayun na researchers kada kan kayo. The researcher, ikaw lang isa. Kumbaga singular. Sent a letter. Again, this is futuristic ha. Napaka sa initial phase. Kumbaga ginaplano pa lang nimo. So use futuristic words like the researcher will follow the standard procedure in conducting a survey. The researcher will send letter to the dean of wala man tay college, to the program head na lang of social work department, letter to the program head of Department of Social Work to ask permission or courtesy call to conduct the study on the department. So ngano mag-conduct man kag study, ala day gi-copy paste mo. So dili man gud ka mag-conduct sa department nato. So I know gi-copy paste nimo na siya nga term. Mag-send ka og letter, ay day nagmali jud ka. Dili ka sa social work department mag-send og letter. Dito ka mag-send og letter sa barangay Lagaw. Dito ka mag-courtesy call. So be careful, be careful. Dito ka sa barangay Lagaw mag-send og letter. Dito ka mag-ask og permission kay dito man ka mag-conduct og study. And of course, you have to send letters to this Department of Social Welfare and Development Office kay sila man ang nakatoka for social welfare. Dito ka mag-ask kung unsa ang mga programs nga ginahatag nila sa solo parents. Dito ka mag-ask. So dalawa imong Tagalog letter ha. Si Barangay Lagaw and si karing CSWDO. So be careful ani. I-change ko ni siya yung pag copy paste. Kung mag copy paste man ka, be sure nga connected siya sa imong study. Na siya. To conduct a study, so dili ka sa department mag-conduct og study. Sa barangay Lagaw ka mag-conduct. Upon the approval of the request, the researcher will inform the respondents about this study and to answer the questionnaires. So idagdag nimo diri sa imong ano ha sa asa na to research design nga mag-conduct ka kung i-turn nimo ni siya into qualitative, mag-add jud ka dari og focus group discussion og one-on-one interview. Ha? Then diri sa imong data gathering, do not forget one-on-one interview and focus group discussion. So, for example, upon the approval of the above request or the request, the researcher will inform the respondents about the study, conduct focus group discussion, and conduct one-on-one interview with guided questionnaires. Ana siya. The researcher, again, walay S, will personally retrieve the questionnaire as soon as the respondents. So dili na nimo siya basta dili ka mag-quanti. So if quantitative study na ka, tanggalon na nimo ning statistical treatment because you will no longer need a statistician. Kaya wala may ikwenta si statistician draa. That's the advantage of conducting qualitative research. No need ka magasto og daghan nga questionnaire kay kinahanglan nimo og face-to-face interview og focus group discussion. But kung mag-focus group discussion man gud ka, kinahanglan nimo maauhag gyud ang solo parents. Like pakanon nimo sila, mura na gasto. Pero di na ka magbayad og statistician. Kaya dili na ka manginahanglan og statistician. If you are good in grammar, you will no longer need grammarian. Pero kung dili jud ka dili ka karing taas og confidence when it comes to English, you will need grammarian. So, data gathering, murag na-post man gud nako. Kaya may nag-agi nga motor. So, wala ko kabalo kung asa ko nag-stop. So, balik na lang ta diri sa research respondents. Okay. Again, dili na tugma ang imong data. Before, katong 100 imong target tapos karon 70 na lang. So nga na siya ha, dapat tugma. Research lokal. This study was conducted again kung naingon na nako ni siya kay na-post gid nako si kog yaw wala nako nabantayan nga wala nako na record wala nako na play. So wala nako na resume I mean. So this study was conducted at Barangay Lagaw. So use futuristic word again. Kay future pa man ni i-conduct pa man. So this study will be conducted at Barangay Lagaw. Nana, it is located at the south. So nga na siya. Darita. Research instrument in gathering the data needed. Questionnaires will serve as the guide and validated by the members of the panel examiners. Prior corrections. Using downloadable and enhanced by the researcher. Unsa nga downloadable? So you need to specify this one, clarify this one. Unsa ang downloadable nga mong ginamin? And data gathering procedure. So dire na murag dire ko naka-stop. So naglibog ko. Okay. The researcher followed the standard procedure in conducting a survey. The researcher will send letter to the. So again, I know gi-copy paste ni mo ni siya but you really have to change this one. This researcher will send letter to the Barangay Lagaw kay dito man ang focus sa imong study. And of course, send letters to the City Social Welfare and Development Office kay sila man ang nakabalo kung sa mga programs nga gina-offer for solo parents. So man na siya dili ka mag-conduct og dili man ka mag-conduct og study sa social work department. So dili ka ra imong tagaan og letter. Dito jud ka sa Barangay Lagaw, dito ka sa City CSWDO. Then of course, upon the approval of the above request, the researcher will inform the respondents about the study inform na nimo about the study or mag-spot na kag respondents. Magkanda ka og focus group discussion. Focus group discussion gyud. And of course, the one-on-one interview. Ngano magkandak man kag focus group discussion? Kay para maabalaan na nimo dito pa lang sa focus group discussion unsa man ang ilahang common problem. 'Di ba? Sa group work, gina-discuss nato kung sa ang ilahang problem, common problem. Ay, commonly sa ilaha financial ilang problem. Nga na siya financial ilang problem. So that's the importance of focus group discussion. Kumbaga, we have to know what is the common problem faced by the people facing this kind of problem or these challenges. And of course, the researcher dili man ka maghatag og questionnaire, mag-interview man ka. So what will happen next? Then if nga na after ato, dili na ka manginahanglan og statistician. That's the advantage good of using qualitative research. So ana, ulan ako kabalo kung asa ko nag-stop. So again, I am really willing to help you. Daghan kay kag i-revise for sure. Just follow lang kato kong gipang ingon. I do not have the formal education. Again, mangyud nakalimot ko kung asa na ko ni siya na post. Kaya taas na ko giyaw-yaw pero wala din na record. So, I do not have the formal education when it comes to this handling research. Like a master's degree or doctorate, but I still can remember some of the procedures conducting qualitative research. That's why I think I can help you. So, again, I am not sure if your advisor will grant your request nga i-turn ni siya into qualitative because wala sila forte when it comes to quali. Naka-focus magod sila sa quanti ilang mga studies. So nga na siya, So start revision. Basta nagmahay ka ba nga gipa-check nimo sa kuha. Try. Pero that's the problem kasi when we kung pa ta sa iba. Especially I am not your advisor. Pero this is my view about this study. Better kung himo ni siya quali than quanti. So ato ha. So dili siya dali revision pero kinahanglan. Kinahanglan ayon na nihilabti imong SOP ay imong RRL kung kari na gyud ang imuhang na research kay taas kayo ni kato lang mga kato ang imong whole literature if this is really connected with solo parents ayon na siya ilabti kato lang the rest ha napakay mga nalimtan i-adjud to. So this is limit of 1 hour, so mura na ko nagklase but this is lang mo niya kung ma-extend nga help sa imuha no. So okay, if napakay questions I am willing to help, karang ikontak ka lang ko ana. So mutabang ko. Okay, padayon.